In Activity 3.13, I'll demonstrate modifying a report in Layout View and printing a report. So let's go and open the job openings database that we worked with in the last activities. Last name, first name, 3B job openings. Select 3B salary, 40,000 or more, under job openings. Click the Create tab, click Report, and Access has automatically created a basic report using the query as the basis for the information. Now let's close the navigation pane so that we have some more room to work with. Now, I want to delete the job number column, so I'm going to select job number. I'm going to go to Arrange, select column, and it highlighted the first data row as well. And I'm going to hit the delete key, and that's gone from our report. Now notice Monroe Heating and Air Conditioning has an extra blank space under it, so does Charvin Medical, even though the words aren't wrapped. Well, let's click on the first row, Pilgrim Technologies, and watch what happens. If I move the column that way, you see that these wrap, Monroe and Charvin wrap. If I go back this way, they unwrap, but they still have an extra blank line there. So if I stretch it out just a little bit more, then that space goes away, and that looks a little bit better. Now let's select the position header, and then let's go to Home, and let's go to the Sort and Filter and click Ascending. And now our report has all of the records listed in position order alphabetically. Now, one of the things when you create a report, when you actually select that, creates a basic report of the data in the current query or table, and if it sees a currency field, it will automatically add a calculated total, and that's what this is. So select that, and let's delete it because it doesn't make sense to add up the annual salary. That makes no sense. However, we do want to add up the number of openings and find out how many openings are there, what's the count of openings that pay $40,000 or more. So now select Design under the Report Layout Tools, drop down Totals and click Sum, and you'll notice at the bottom here it's created a total. Now the total, you can't see it, so just select it, get the double arrow, double click, and that will resize that total so that you can see it properly. Next, let's notice that this page 1 of 1 is kind of off to the side. So if you select that and using the 4 arrow cursor, just move it, kind of center it. And let's see what that looks like. Let me go up a little bit. And yeah, it's kind of centered. Let's go back down. Okay, that's centered enough for this exercise. Okay, and then next, let's go ahead and move up to the report header. Now this is the report header up here. So I'll select that, and then I want to go to the format. Let me go to Home, and on the far right I'm going to make this 14 point, and then I'm going to add last name, first name, and then just to size the field correctly, I'll get the double arrow and double click, and that sizes it back this way. It also pulled some of those headers to the left as well. Now just click in a field anywhere, and that moved this selector down, the layout selector, and then I'm going to click and grab that and kind of move down and to the right to center my columns between the two margins, this being the left margin, this being the right margin. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I'm going to go a little bit more. So I'm going to click and hold and down and to the right. It won't actually move down, but down and to the right is safe. If you move up, you'll see other bad things happen, and then you'll have to undo those. So that's roughly in the middle. So I just eyeballed that, and that looks pretty good. Now go to the backstage and print preview. Select 2 pages so you can kind of see it. It's a little bit small, but you can see page 1 of 2, page 2 of 2. It's basically centered. It's got the total. It's sorted alphabetically, and this layout tool that we're using for the reports isn't intended to be, fine-grained, make the best looking report you've ever seen. It's really intended to be something that you can quickly and easily put together. Okay, I'm going to close the print preview. I'm going to go ahead and close this. I'm going to say save the changes of report. Okay, and I'm going to change the name just to make things difficult. Last name, first name, space. Now if we open the navigation pane, we'll see that it's a little bit too narrow to see it. Okay, there we go. Got the whole thing there. Now let's open it up one more time, and we'll just double click on the report this time, and now it's all formatted the way we want it. Close the navigation pane, and then let's go ahead and print this to a PDF. Print, find the cute PDF writer, print it, and it's got the correct name. It's in documents. That's good enough for me for this exercise. Save that off, and that's how you quickly create a report from a table, or a query in this case, and do some basic formatting. And that's the end of this activity.